How come I sound different every time I sing? I sing daily, and often I realize that my singing doesn't sound the same like the day before. One moment I feel like I can sing, and then the other moment I sound like a dying cat. Is this a thing everyone has, or is it just me? Now, if you're in this exact same boat, this is completely normal and happens to the better of us. And today I want to share with you 3 of the challenges that might be making your voice more inconsistent than you'd like. And of course, I will share with you a solution, a way to work around that. Now, this advice does come from my personal experience, but I also want to share with you what I've noticed from coaching hundreds of students around the world over Zoom. Now, before we dive in, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan, and really on this channel, my goal is to make learning how to sing as simple and as easy as possible. So if that is up your lane, consider subscribing wherever you're joining me from. If you want to work with me privately and improve your singing with less of the headaches, I've got some links down in the description below. If you want to inspire our next episode, let me know down in the comments below what you'd like me to talk about. Anyway, let's dive in. So let's get the obvious out of the way first. The voice is part of your body, and so general health does matter. The quality, the quantity of your sleep, are you staying hydrated? How is your diet? Are you exercising? All of those things that generally affect your body will also play a part in your singing. So please make sure to take care of your health. Now let's get on to the not so obvious. Challenge number 1. Your vocal folds are just too clumsy. Now, whilst I can talk about, broader kind of techniques from your posture, how you're using your breath, I've chosen to focus on the muscles that control the finer movements of your vocal folds because they are a huge reason why the voice is inconsistent, and it often goes under the radar. Often you might be singing a song and you're focusing on your breath, you're focusing on your posture, but for some reason your vocals don't hit the same way that it does. This is why. Now, what do I mean by clumsy? Let's break it down. There are 2 key mechanisms of the vocal folds. The first one is that they stretch and they thin out. This is how we change pitch, and there are muscles that are involved in that. The second is that they come together, they connect, and they kind of close against each other over airflow. This is how you change volume and intensity. Now, for most people, clumsiness in the vocal folds come in 2 forms. The first one is a lack of separation in the muscles, especially the muscles that stretch and thin out the vocal folds with everything else. What this means is as we try to stretch those vocal folds, as we try to sing higher, sometimes we end up pushing more air. Sometimes we end up squeezing on those chords harder and harder, the ones that bring them together. Sometimes they might completely let go. Sometimes we might have to open our mouth and do all these kind of crazy things. This all points to a lack of separation. And the second form here is a lack of accuracy, which means even though sometimes we're firing the right muscles, they just might not be as inaccurate. You might still be off pitch, or maybe you kind of press on those chords a bit too hard. That can happen as well. So what's the solution to this? Both of these can really be resolved by understanding and working at your fundamental technique. Now, to leave you with something that you can work on, a very simple way is to tackle this question. In a simple scale, in a simple exercise, can I change pitch without changing the vowel, without changing the volume, without having to change my posture or do anything unnecessary, but just pitch? If you can, this will build your technique. Now, if you want something in more detail, I've talked about this idea of separation in the previous 2 episodes, so make sure to go check that out. And I've also got episode 129 on isolating the stretch. Those 3 episodes will dive deep into these ideas. And I've also got some examples of me coaching a student through this idea of separation and finding more stretch in their voice. Challenge number 2, room acoustics. And this is where the idea of I sound better in my bathroom, that's where it comes from. I've had so many instances where I've had students tell me that, they might be practicing in their bedroom where they're so used to practicing and they sound really good. But the moment they go to the car, maybe they go to a different room in the house, all of a sudden things change and they don't sound the same, or they can't seem to sing the same way that they wanted. And the reality is this: room acoustics plays a huge part in how you sound and a lot of times how your voice feels because of all that feedback. For example, often when I'm busking or going out to the streets and performing, I find that when I can't hear myself, maybe the space is a lot bigger or maybe it's a lot more open, but when I can't hear myself as well, I'll often overcompensate with my vocal technique by pressing on those chords harder, pushing through a bit more air, basically using a bit more things that is not necessary. And really all I had to do was increase the volume or maybe get some earphones in so I can monitor myself, and that would make a huge difference. And so once again, what's the solution to this challenge of room acoustics? Unless you want to sing in one spot for the rest of your life, deliberately expose yourself to different room acoustics. Go to somewhere that's big and open. Maybe there's a lot of reverb, maybe there isn't. Maybe go and practice singing with a microphone and with speakers. Maybe go practice singing in a very dry and small place like your closet. The more you expose yourself to all these different room acoustics, it starts to force you to find a technique or a way of singing that is just more transferable regardless of your situation. Or sometimes another way to think about it is basically you don't change your technique no matter the acoustics that you have. This is something that I found to be really, really beneficial for myself and for my students. And the third challenge here is switching between styles and genres. Because beyond the general technique that I was talking about in point number one, that fundamental technique of stretching those vocal folds and getting those to connect, different genres also require different types of sounds or different choices, different colors. For example, maybe you're singing a rock song and it requires, strong, belty kind of notes that are often maybe higher. And then you go and sing an R&B song, which needs a lot of like soft vocals, maybe more falsetto. Unless you have good awareness of, those different types of choices, different types of sounds, and you have that kind of fundamental technique or fundamental control to back it up, you're going to have really inconsistent performances. Maybe you have a certain song where you just sound amazing. Every note is hitting and it's just really resonating really well. And you might have others which are a complete miss. So once again, what is the advice? What is the solution? For me personally, I think the solution here is twofold. The first one is, of course, working on a lot of your fundamental technique. The better control you have of those fundamentals in your voice, the easier time you're going to have jumping between different styles of music and different genres, just because the raw mechanisms are there. The second part of it, though, is having the patience, and maybe the better word here is diligence, to study different songs. And instead of just singing along with them, actually take the time to study them in detail, study all the nuances that make up that genre or that song. Oftentimes when I'm on Zoom lessons with my students, we'll run through, specific songs and we'll work through the song phrase by phrase with this special software. And what we do there is we're there to study all the different nuances, where they're going a bit stronger, where they're going a bit softer. What are those characteristic sounds that they use in that style and genre? Because unless you study that, unless you pick that up, those are the things that you're kind of missing when you're bouncing between different genres. And this could be a huge reason why you don't sound consistent, because you might be changing songs on a daily basis. Anyway, I hope this answers your question of why you sound different every time you sing. And hopefully this has given you some more actionable advice as well. If you did find it useful, please give a 5-star to this podcast, or if you're on YouTube or any other social media, a like, comment, share would be absolutely amazing. If you're interested in improving your voice with less of the headache, remember you don't have to do this on your own. I do have private lessons, links down in the description. I'd love to see you in a private lesson or in one of my self-study courses as well. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher. I'll see you next week. Take care.